The pre-dawn stillness of August 31st, 2010 was shattered in a quiet home on the outskirts of Lake Crystal, Minnesota. A seemingly ordinary couple, James Mervyn Nibby and Jennifer Gilman Nibby, became the focus of a shocking crime that sent ripples of disbelief through their tight-knit community. James, a well-regarded local contractor, was known for his dedication to his work and his loving nature. Jennifer, a hard-working woman, was admired for her warmth and devotion to her family. To the outside world, they were the epitome of small-town contentment. However, beneath the veneer of normalcy, their marriage was strained by financial difficulties and simmering discord. These hidden tensions, festering beneath the surface, would ultimately culminate in a tragic act of violence, leaving their community reeling in the wake of a shocking tragedy. James Mervyn Nibby, affectionately known as Jim by his family and friends, was born on Sunday, October 30th, 1983. He graduated from Lake Crystal Welcome Memorial High School in 2002. James grew up in Vernon Center, Minnesota, with his parents and siblings. He was an active member of several organizations, including the FFA, Ducks Unlimited Lake Crystal Chapter, Garden City Rod and Gun Club, and Minnesota Pheasant Inc., Blue Earth County Chapter. James was an avid outdoorsman, enjoying fishing, hunting, and nature. On the other hand, Jennifer Gilman Nibby also grew up in rural Minnesota. She was 6 years older than James, having been born in 1977. Jennifer was a popular student in high school, and despite becoming pregnant at 16, she was determined to be a successful mother. She gave birth to her son and dedicated herself to being the best mother she could be. Jennifer was committed to providing a bright future for her son and pursued a degree in nursing. She eventually purchased a home and land in rural Blue Earth County, Minnesota. Jennifer had always been deeply committed to her career as a nurse and raising her son, leaving little room for romance. But in 2007, fate stepped in when she crossed paths with James Nibby. It happened during a medical emergency. James was assisting a friend in distress, and Jennifer was the nurse called to help. This unexpected meeting sparked a connection between the two. As they spent time together, Jennifer and James discovered a mutual love for the outdoors, particularly hunting, which deepened their bond. James was smitten from the start, and their relationship blossomed quickly. Wanting to make things official, James decided to propose, but not before seeking her son's blessing. With his approval, Jennifer happily accepted, and the couple tied the knot in May of 2008, exchanging vows on a Thursday. Their love story was one of serendipity, built on shared passions and a deep respect for each other's lives. Jennifer's life was a balancing act, working tirelessly as a nurse, often juggling 2 jobs to support her family. Her husband, James Nibby, was an apprentice electrician, bringing in a much smaller income than Jennifer was used to. This imbalance created tension in their marriage. Jennifer, who had always prided herself on financial stability, found it frustrating to carry the burden of being the primary breadwinner. Her family later revealed that this frustration extended beyond finances, touching other aspects of their relationship as well. Despite the strain, James was deeply devoted to his wife and did what he could to show his love. In the summer of 2010, to strengthen their bond, he bought Jennifer a gift he knew she'd appreciate, a shotgun, catering to their shared interest in hunting. But shortly after this gesture of affection, their story took a tragic turn. James Nibby was found dead, leaving behind a marriage that had been teetering on the edge. The murder weapon, tragically, was Jennifer's shotgun. She claimed to have left it outside after target practice with James the previous night. However, the crime scene told a different story. Despite Jennifer's account of a fierce struggle with an intruder, the house showed minimal signs of a fight. The cuts on her legs, supposedly inflicted during the struggle, were deemed too clean and precise by investigators, suggesting they were self-inflicted. Adding to the suspicion, the rain and mud outside had left no trace of footprints inside the house, further undermining Jennifer's narrative. Jennifer and James Nibby's relationship had become strained, with friends and family noticing a growing distance between them. Financial difficulties, including a second mortgage and high credit card debt, added to the stress. Jennifer's cousin revealed that she had been sending explicit messages to another man, indicating a lack of interest in her marriage. Jennifer's physical appearance also changed, with her family noticing a significant weight loss, raising concerns about her well-being. Further investigation revealed that Jennifer, a nurse, was abusing prescription drugs, stealing them from patients, and forging prescriptions for opiates. This addiction was a major contributing factor to the couple's financial struggles. Jennifer had kept a journal where she revealed a secret affair with another man. In her writings, she admitted that while her husband, James, was a good person, she no longer wanted to stay in the marriage. The affair was later confirmed by police when they placed Jennifer under surveillance and caught her visiting her lover's apartment soon after James's death. The investigation deepened when police uncovered a significant clue: an insurance policy. Just months before James's death, Jennifer had taken out a $250,000 life insurance policy on her husband. This discovery raised suspicions that financial gain might have been a motive for James's murder. Adding to the suspicion, Jennifer called the day after her husband's death to inquire about the insurance payout. James's family had hoped to lay him to rest next to the plot his parents had chosen for themselves, but Jennifer refused. She insisted on a separate burial plot for her husband, going against the family's wishes. Adding to their pain, she withheld James's personal belongings, items his family deeply wanted for their sentimental value. Jennifer seemed determined to maintain control over every aspect of the situation, with little regard for the feelings of James's parents and siblings. Those who attended the funeral noticed Jennifer's cold demeanor. She didn't shed a single tear. Days after the funeral, in early September, police arrested Jennifer Nibby. While in custody, she admitted to being addicted to prescription pills. She explained that the overwhelming pressure of being the family's primary financial provider had led her to the addiction. At the time of her arrest, Jennifer was consuming an alarming 100 to 180 pills per day. Jennifer's confessions didn't end there. She eventually told authorities that the story of an intruder was fabricated. She admitted to shooting her husband, James, in the head while he slept in their bed that morning. She also confessed to inflicting the cuts on her legs and staging the crime scene to make it appear as though an intruder had been in their home. Despite this, she reiterated that James had been a good man. Jennifer was charged with murder, facing life imprisonment without the possibility of parole. At one point, she claimed she had heard voices urging her to commit the crime. After securing a defense attorney, a psychiatric evaluation was ordered. Her defense team argued that due to her heavy prescription drug use, Jennifer had no memory of the night James was killed and should not be held responsible. However, mental health experts concluded she was competent both at the time of the crime and to stand trial. She was ultimately indicted on first-degree murder charges. The defense's therapist claimed that Jennifer Nibby was suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder, allegedly due to physical and sexual abuse by her husband, James Nibby. However, Jennifer had never previously shown any signs of abuse or mentioned it to anyone before being charged with James's murder. In her confession, she had even told the police that James was a good man, and her journal contained no reference to any mistreatment by him. James's family, along with the prosecution, were skeptical of Jennifer's sudden claims, viewing her emotional displays as insincere. The defense argued that part of James Nibby's autopsy supported Jennifer's claims of abuse, as a post-mortem screening indicated he was HIV positive. However, the medical examiner cautioned that the test was not definitive and often yielded false positives. James had tested negative for HIV in June, around the same time Jennifer had taken out the life insurance policy on him. According to Medscape, false positives in rapid HIV screening can occur due to various factors such as human error, Epstein-Barr virus, pregnancy, immune therapy, autoimmune disorders, high bilirubin levels, or recent flu vaccinations. Scientific studies also note that the screening is meant to protect autopsy professionals and is not diagnostic, with false positives being a known issue. To James's family, this was yet another attempt by Jennifer to tarnish his reputation. At the same time, Jennifer's family continued efforts to collect the life insurance payout on her behalf. The prosecution was intent on securing a conviction, but was uncertain about how the trial would unfold, particularly with Jennifer's sudden claims of abuse and her assertions of not remembering the crime. The Nibber family placed their trust in the prosecutor to guide the case's direction, and he ultimately decided to offer Jennifer a plea deal. He would reduce the first-degree murder charge to second-degree murder if she agreed to plead guilty. Jennifer accepted the offer. In July 2012, Nearly 2 years after James was murdered in his bed, Jennifer Nibby was sentenced to 25 years in prison, making her eligible for parole in just 15 years. Additionally, she was ordered to use her prison earnings to cover James Nibby's funeral expenses, which totaled over $11,000. To date, she has not made any payments toward those costs. The Nibby family felt that the sentence was insufficient, leaving them feeling manipulated and deeply betrayed. In her victim impact statement, James's sister confronted Jennifer, saying, "The only tears that you have shed so far have been in court for yourself. You are not sorry that you took James's life. You're only sorry that you told investigators he was a wonderful person that didn't deserve what you did to him." In response, Jennifer said, "I understand the Nibby family not forgiving me. I understand that. I understand the pain that I have caused. I loved my husband. I have protected my husband. I'm not here to damage his reputation or integrity. But I don't care how close you are to somebody, you don't know what goes on behind closed doors," failing to express any remorse. The Nibby family has established a memorial scholarship in James's honor, named the James Nibby Outstanding Character Award Scholarship, which is awarded annually to a student at Lake Crystal Welcome Memorial High School. Additionally, they have advocated for legislation known as James's Law, designed to protect the rights of victims' families when a spouse is responsible for the victim's death. This law ensures that the victim's family retains rights to their property, a point of contention as the Nibby family alleges that Jennifer instructed her family to withhold such assets from them. In 2022, they finally received the guest book from James's funeral, which had been kept by Jennifer's family. James's father died in September 2011, just over a year after losing his son. He never obtained the property he sought or witnessed justice served. James's father ultimately succumbed to a broken heart. The Nibby family petitioned the cemetery board to allow James's parents to change their burial plot so they could be interred alongside their beloved son. James's father was laid to rest next to him. Jennifer Nibby was not a victim of abuse struggling with psychological issues. Rather, she was a woman frustrated in her marriage who had become trapped by her addiction to prescription pills. She had engaged in an affair, sending explicit text messages and nude photos to another man. Despite being perceived as successful, Jennifer was unwilling to jeopardize her reputation or career. At the age of 26, James Nibby was killed in his sleep by the woman he loved, robbed of the opportunity to become a father, advance his career, or enjoy his adult life. Jennifer took away James's life and future, causing immeasurable pain to those who cared for him. She is set to be eligible for parole in August 2027, at which time she will be 50 years old, and she has never shown any remorse for her actions. James Nibby's tragic death left a gaping hole in the hearts of his loved ones. His family and friends continue to grieve the loss of a devoted husband, son, and community member. The community rallied around James's family in the wake of this tragedy, offering support and raising awareness about the importance of mental health, communication, and seeking help in troubled relationships. The story of James and Jennifer Nibby serves as a stark reminder of the hidden struggles many face and the devastating consequences that can arise when those struggles go unaddressed. Their story encourages us to have open conversations about mental health and relationships, ensuring that compassion and understanding guide our interactions with those around us. If you found this video compelling, leave a like and your thoughts in the comments. Be sure to subscribe and watch our other videos.